All right, ladies and gents, we are already in it. Sal's over here laughing because we're just joking off camera. Anyway, Michelle, my client who we made the video for yesterday about the Suburban, she is on her way. They're like 99% going to buy the vehicle. They're sending all the information we need. We already have the deposit. So I'm gonna have everything ready for around 3 o'clock when they get here. We're also working a deal on the Tahoe. I have a gentleman driving it right now. We're gonna do a quick appraisal on his trade, previous customer of mine. He's like 90% sure he wants to go with the Tahoe. Now it's the only Tahoe we have. This is the market. It's that fast. You have to move quick. Then we have 2 lease buyouts happening today. So right now it is Friday, what is it, 10:08? It's 10:08. I am 2,190 steps into my day on my little watch here. We're gonna see how many steps I get at the end of the day because I'm gonna be doing a lot of running around. Since I have another customer here right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get detailed to take care of this Suburban, get it all ready to go. Once they're done, then I'll bring it over to the gas station and fill it with fuel because we make sure all of our clients who leave here in their new or certified pre-owned or used vehicle for that matter have a full tank. So right now this is on E, so we'll take care of that for them. The truck's gonna be beautiful when they get here and they're gonna be happy new owners of a 2018 Chevy Suburban. Suburban's gonna go at 3. Okay, I'll put it on the board. Here's your plate.
Thank you, sir.
4,400, what is this number? 4,421 steps. I didn't film anything since walking through and putting the other key on the board. We've had 2 customers here since. I got one signing right now. Sal's pushing me to make a video because I was already giving up, like there's no way I'm gonna get a video made because I'm just too busy. But in the breaks and in the little times in between not doing anything, we're just gonna talk to you guys and we're gonna update you on what's going on. You got everything you need. For now, I'm gonna go work on the 3 o'clock. Drew, that was just on video. Sorry to tell you, but I got a camera right over there. Oh, I just gotta find out where the paperwork is.
Right.
Bye. You got it. It's like 10 minutes after 1. We're at like 5,700 steps. Just gonna unplug my car here because they should be all juiced up. So we'll move this out of the way in case anyone else needs to charge. We got the 1 lease buyout done, so that's good. On the road, taken care of. We're working on a second one, and he should be here probably within the next 25 minutes. We did in fact sell this 2015 Tahoe to a previous customer of mine. Now, when he test drove that truck, halfway through the test drive, the check engine light came on. It started running a little rough, and he kind of thought like, that felt weird, so he pulled over for a second, took off, came back, the light went off, and it kind of corrected itself in route. Like, so it kind of happened and stopped immediately. So I had the service department gonna check that out to make sure everything's good with it. He'll probably pick that up tomorrow morning unless we have to fix or do anything based on what they find when they plug it in and see what that check engine light code was for. There were no other issues with that Tahoe with the check engine light. I drove it, the service department drove it, we plugged it in. There were no present codes, nothing like that. So that Tahoe is now burning gas. It's actually the next day, it's Saturday morning, or actually I should say Saturday afternoon. Here's the Dodge Durango, Hemi RT that the gentleman traded in. Nice truck. It's funny, he said he loved the truck. He liked the fact that the truck was, it was fast. He said it's very quick. Fun to drive. However, he likes the bigger Tahoe and he wants more space, so that's why he traded this in for the Tahoe. I just have to park this in the back. We have another busy day happening here. I do have a customer buying a 2021 Malibu that we had. It only has like 1,200 miles on it. I have it being detailed right now. They went home to get the title for their trade. They'll bring that in. We'll get that all buttoned up, and they'll drive that car out today as long as we can get insurance. Today's the 11th of June, and I have, as of today, I'll have, I think, 6 cars delivered. It's a lot for like today's time, but it's not a lot in general. However, all 6 of them, or 5 of the 6 of them, have literally been in the last 2 days. It's like feast or famine. Either you're completely bored with nothing going on and no sales, or you can't stop because everything happens at the same time. I like when everything happens at the same time. This is a pretty nice truck. It's got nice equipment. You know, it has heated seats. It does have navigation built into the dash here. I'm sure it has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and all that sort of stuff. You do have like a leather seat with a suede sort of center portion. 2nd row bench, 3rd row bench. It's nice. And then of course the big thing is the Hemi under the hood. Now obviously because of that Hemi, you cannot expect to get great mileage at the pump. Looks like he was averaging 14.6 miles per gallon as far as fuel economy in this particular Durango. Here she is in all her glory, the 5.7 liter V8 Hemi in the Durango. Now this does put out 360 horsepower and 390 foot-pounds of torque. And I gotta say, it looks massive in the engine bay of this truck. It actually, you pop the hood, this engine looks like it's something that can definitely put some power to the road. I started selling Chevrolets in 2004. This is a 2003 Chevrolet Avalanche, which, you know, the Avalanche back then and up until its final year of production was a very popular vehicle, especially with people who already had one. So like the loyalty levels with an Avalanche were beyond. Like somebody had one like this, like an 03 or an 04, and they would just trade it in for like a new body, 07, 08, you know, whatever it may be. I think they made them to 2013 or 2014, somewhere in there, if I remember correctly. But I mean, check it out. Look at the buttons. So like here was all the power window switches. You had the heated seats in this model, the memory seat, the power pedals where you can move the pedals forward and back. And then this was always cool because you had, how did this work actually? So it's left and right would adjust each mirror. If you put it in the center and this little thing lit up, that means you can press the inside button and it would tuck those mirrors in, which they still work. And then if you press to the outside of the vehicle, they would go back out. And then when you didn't have this centered in a sense, that light went out and you couldn't fold them in. Just one of those things I remember showing people so many times in like Avalanche, Tahoe, Suburban, stuff like that. Here you have the push button 4-wheel drive with the automatic 4-wheel. You got your cargo light inside the bed, and then the fog lights. Typical analog display with the driver information center buttons being here on the bottom of the steering wheel. And all it was that simple little screen, that one little row of buttons that you can kind of go through and see like your trip odometers, your fuel economy, your averages, your oil life. Oh, they had a personal and they had business trip, so you can, you know, monitor your business miles versus your personal miles. It's pretty cool to get vehicles like this on trade every now and then and kind of get to see what, again, it was like in the past. I mean, this vehicle is basically 20 years old. It does have the AM/FM satellite radio with the 6-disc changer here. You have your dual zone climate right below that. And then just all sorts of storage pockets and things to put, you know, what, I don't know, because back then in 2003, there were no smartphones and things like that. So you just had a whole bunch of pockets and places to put things. Actually, the folks who traded this in did have, you know, the CD visor mounted CD holders that you would put up on the visor. They did have one of those in here. I think they said it was like jammed in between the seats or something like that. Just, again, fun to take a look at a vehicle that you don't see quite often anymore. This one was the blue color with all the body cladding. So all on the bottom, you had the cladding on here. After a certain number of years, they made one where you didn't have to get the cladding. You can get it all body color, which kind of gave it more of a look like a Silverado. This is also what I noticed, probably one of the first vehicles that actually had the quarter step bumper right here built in. And then you had a handle here that you can grab onto to like hop up and get inside the truck. And then you had also a locking tailgate, which was probably a first here as well with the Avalanche, because the Silverado didn't have it yet back then. It does not have the easy lower tailgate, so that just drops you know, with all the weight of it. And then these 3 tonneau cover panels would come out. You had glow-in-the-dark tips on them. You basically would pull each one, and then that would just lift right up and out. And you can stow them in the back. This way you could put toilet items in. You had a pretty elaborate system for like the rain to get tracked through, just in case you got rainwater in here. So this really was pretty dry for the most part. You know, the way it was all sealed up, which was definitely cool because you can use this as like a big extended trunk. And then you have the mid-gate, which was it's, you know, claim to fame that everybody loved. You would lift up each cushion. Let's see if I can stretch and reach this one. Then you drop the seat back down. Let me just slide the seat forward. If I remember correctly, this seat's broken, so to go forward we got to go back. This will drop all the way, and then now you have the mid-gate. Now you could take the glass out and place it on here, and it locked in with these tabs. You'd put the glass on and just turn that to lock it in place. There's one on each side, and then once you did that, you can drop this, which would allow you to access the bed. And looks like this is possibly broken. This would normally be perfectly flat, kind of sealing that opening, but when you did that, you had 8 feet or probably over 8 feet of length, so you can put like a piece of plywood in here and actually have the tailgate closed. So just pretty cool setup. This is what you're going to see in the new Silverado EV. In certain models they will have a mid-gate option, like in that launch edition RST. So it'll be cool to see that feature come back. I know people really were loyal to Avalanches, Avalanche owners. So I'm sure when that new Silverado EV comes out, we're gonna get a lot of people that buy those that had Avalanches in the past.